Alright YouTube, I got another video for y'all. The other day a barber came in, he said he saw Jordan and I on Bassio's channel, and he said he wanted to come by the shop and check us out. So I told him, hey, anytime you want to come by, you know, come through, you can learn, you can watch us, whatever. And through talking or whatever, I ended up working on a mannequin and giving him like kind of almost like a full tutorial on how to cut the top with scissors and stuff like that, talking about head shape, you know, different techniques on how to cut with shears, stuff like that. So this is going to be the video of that, because like halfway through we decided to record it. So check it out. Like I said, we started off, we had to identify basically the three sections of the head that we need to work with, which is the side, the blend area, and then the top. We did our box graduation that went around the side, keeping all of this really full, nice and laying down, nothing sprouting out. And then the top we let down, and we're gonna give them a pompadour, right? We talked about doing the shape that's gonna be like triangular. It's gonna go from short to long and create like a triangle right here. So let's get it. So I want to create that shape. Like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the parting tooth of my comb. That's why having a good comb is important. I'm going to use the parting tooth and kind of create like a line down the middle of his head. It's a little difficult.
Like directly down the middle on both sides?
Not really directly, more like a little bit off to the side, like making an inch strip down the middle of his head. So like that, a little bit. All right. So now we have a parting right down the middle of his head. Right. That's gonna help us create the shape for the rest of the haircut on top. So as you can see, the hair that we cut, that we did the block graduation. Look, I'm pulling.
It's getting
all
shorter.
of this, pulling it up, up, up. See how it's going from short to long?
Yep.
And then I'm gonna see how that's falling off. Now I can follow that shape. I'm kind of creating that angle with my finger. Yeah, don't move your hand. Keep it still, but make sure that angle is there. The angle on your fingers is there. Now all of that hair is gonna be able to sit on top of each other. When we blow dry it, it's gonna look nice, have a lot of movement and stuff. You're already seeing how that if the hair is cut correctly, you don't really have to do a whole lot when it comes to styling. The styling is already right there for you. Now I'm gonna take another strip or another section from next to it, right? I'm gonna pull what's next to it right to the middle.
Okay.
So this is section 1, this is section 2. I'm gonna pull section 2 into section 1 and do the exact same thing. You see where the long hairs are and where the short hairs are? You see it?
It's easy to tell.
Now the rest of that hair, I don't really need to like make any more sections because it's not enough hair. So I'm just pulling the long bit, all the short bits falling, and I'm still following the exact same shape. Same shape. Pulling section 3, or what, you know, not really section 3, but the rest of that hair right into where section 2 was. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, okay? I like to come from the other side. So if I'm here and I'm pulling this way to the middle, I don't want to be here and try to pull this to the middle.
You might as well flip around and do the same
Get to the
thing.
other side and pull it right to the middle.
Gotcha.
That way you'll have even tension on both sides. The haircut's not going to be uneven that way. You see how when you comb the hair back, it creates these like lanes? My comb is just going to slide right into one of them lanes and make the part. Again, we talked about sections of the head, right? You have from the apex down to right here where the front hairline is, that's the fringe area. That's all the stuff that's gonna sit in the front. That's what gets styled. Most of the time, you're not styling hair back here. You know what I mean? To go to the side, or to go to this side, or to go back or forward. Most of the time, what you're styling is this in the front.
The fringe?
Yeah. So from the recession, right, to the top of the head, which is the apex, and then back down from the apex, back down to the recession. I'm gonna separate this because I want to maintain the length that's right here.
but I don't want this. I don't want this hair hanging down. YouTube watching. I don't want this hair hanging down below the perimeter. That's the point of the perimeter, so that nothing goes past it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And that makes sense.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this up. I'm going to take this hair, and you can do it different ways, right? You could take it and just match it up with Black Graduation. Just see the short bit underneath, and then the long bit right there.
Yep.
You could match that up and cut it like that, and then it'll all comb back and blend in. If I pull all this down, the same thing I did in the beginning. What's that called?
That is called graduation.
Right? I'm pulling all this hair is gonna be all the way down here, and everything beneath it's gonna be shorter, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna do graduation, because since that's what we've been doing, I'm gonna do that. And if I wanna layer it afterwards so it's not so bulky, then I could do that too. Because I want to keep this length, I'm going to split it down the middle one more time. Now, what do we have? We have this hanging all long, right? What I want to do is I want to pull my fingers out because I want to retain as much length of this as possible, but I don't want it to look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
There's still a little bit of the fringe.
Right. So I'm gonna cut right here, and it's gonna meet what I did before. See that? See how that perimeter is gonna meet, and then it's gonna drop down.
But it's still a perimeter for what you're doing.
It's still, it's still a base. It's basically like the outline of your whole shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Like as you see it, it makes sense. It makes so much more sense. We wanted to sit back, that's the style, right? But we want this to have a lot of volume right here. I'm gonna start blow drying in the back. You ever heard don't put wet hair on top of dry hair? Nah, I ain't never heard that.
Okay, so what a lot of people do is they get a style like this, the person wants their hair blow dried, and they'll just start doing this and lift, you know what I mean? Trying to lift this up, maybe with a brush or whatever, right? But all of this hair is wet. The weight of the water is weighing the hair down. Say that 5 times fast, YouTube. The weight of the water is weighing the hair down. So you want to dry the back first, so that the back is not heavy. Then you dry this on top of that.
Okay.
It's creating a foundation. Each hair is going to sit on top of the other hair, just like how it's going from short to long, and each hair sits like it's almost like a staircase.
Yep.
It's all going to sit on top of each other.
That makes way more sense.
And then I'll move to the back of the hair. And you see how I'm going in the direction that I want the style to go.
Exactly.
Right? And everything's laying on top of each other.
rotating and pulling the crown out to kind of make it a little more.
I was just gonna ask you about that too.
I want it to be more like right here. I want it to lay a little more flat, right? Here, I want it to kind of puff out some. So I'm lifting it up.
Okay. And it wouldn't even really matter what kind of like brush or comb you would use.
I would use a vent brush, something like this that's gonna feel good on the head that you can, that the heat is gonna go through. That's what's gonna help you. If the heat can't go through the brush, it's not really gonna dry the hair, or it's gonna take longer to dry the hair. The air has to flow through it.
That's definitely some game.
See, the air has to flow through the brush to the other side. Heat plus lifting the hair equals volume.
Okay.
That's how you get it to stand up and all that real crazy pompadour stuff.
That Johnny Bravo.
Yeah. You need the heat and you need to lift the hair. I could pat the hair down and give it no volume, or I can lift the hair up and give it a lot of volume. Look, now the sides are dry, pretty much, and this side is dry. Back is pretty much dry. Now we can work our way toward the front because we have a foundation
In the back.
See how it's sitting up?
Without you having to do nothing.
No
You ain't
product.
gotta do nothing.
No product, just cutting it correctly and styling it correctly.
You can see the difference in that side compared to this side.
A lot of times, what I feel is better is to just blow dry with your fingers.
Really?
Yeah, way better than a brush.
For volume too?
I do this most of the time. What'd you say?
For volume too?
Yeah, because what I can do is I can just grab it and lift it and put the heat right on the root, which is gonna allow the hair to sit up.
Cool.
Way faster too. Like if I would have done this, it would have taken me less time. But it doesn't necessarily come out with that smooth kind of polished look. But if you're going for a little bit more of a messier look or more of a textured look, or you got a crop top, dry that junk with your hands.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely see it.
See that?
Definitely see it. Like that made such a difference.
And I put maybe if I put some product in there, all these flyaway hairs would sit back nicely. See how it's going up and over? And then after that, a number 4 right through there and you're done.
Exactly. And
You know
then
what I
you
mean?
can just do your fade from now.
Yeah, or you could do a ball fade, you could do a taper, whatever you want to do.
Only thing you did was really get a shape for the top, like you said.
Exactly, but now I have something, a finished look that I can blend into. I don't even have to worry about it because a lot of times what we do is we cut the sides and then we don't have enough room to do this on top.
Yep. But if you go ahead and knock out the hardest part first, it ain't even really hard the way you just did it,
And
to be honest.
Can you see the texture going through?
Exactly.
But I didn't texturize it at all. That's just from proper layering. When you layer the hair properly, it's gonna give you natural texture.
Yeah.
You can style it different ways. Look, if I want to part it down the middle, if I want to throw all this hair to the side, if I want to throw all this hair to the side, if I want to do the side part thing like this,
You got space for any option.
a whole bunch of different options because I cut it properly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, I think if you can learn like a system on how to cut hair to give you a result, it doesn't have to be just like this. Somebody might say this is trash, but if you can get you a result like that and do it quickly, because in the barbershop, like in real time, this takes 15 minutes,
15?
12 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because ain't nobody gonna want to sit there all day.
Right. So,
If you guys enjoyed that video, please hit the thumbs up button. Like, it really helps the channel. Plus, it's gonna help you because like the algorithm is gonna push more haircut videos like this to you, so you'll be able to continue learning how to cut hair. So please hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you like my stuff, you can subscribe, and then you know, yeah, my videos when they drop. You know what I'm saying? You won't miss a beat. You won't miss a beat.